Okay, so I somewhat recently posted a video about what can you do to motivate somebody who wants nothing. And now, with the kind of fallout of this Puff Daddy news, you have people like Epstein, obviously the old story about him. Puff Daddy seems to be like the hip-hop Epstein now, it's kind of seeming, or the hip-hop Weinstein. But you have these figures, Epstein, Weinstein, now Puff Daddy, R. Kelly, obviously. There's a lot of these names you can throw around. So, in an opposite of that video, what motivates somebody who wants it all? Or when is enough enough? And is the current system currently catering to people who want complete control and power? And I think that's obvious. I think there's probably hundreds of Epsteins on islands out there, or private yachts. Like, I know the Liam Neeson movie Taken is fictional, but they have the private yacht where they're auctioning off women and he gets the daughter back or whatever. I can see lots of that going on. I think the evidence is there that that's going on. It's going on under the scenes. And I don't understand that mindset. I think it's mainly greed and power. I think we can obviously step into that a little bit because I feel like there is definitely going to be people who were either abused or neglected as a child, and I can relate to that part. So they want to make up for lost time, or they want to achieve it all to try to right the wrong. I don't think that's the right philosophy, ideology to follow. I think that might be what they're doing. But I think Woody Allen might have been from a relatively wealthy background or middle class, and I think he still groomed a child or whatever. So it might not be entirely that. I'm not sure what it would be. Maybe the addiction to the accumulation of wealth, and then after the accumulation of wealth, it becomes you want to accumulate people or positions over people. So you have these two counterweights to each other. I think most people are in the middle, but then you have like homeless people who want virtually nothing, and then you want people like Epstein who want everything. And I guess those are the yin and yang of the human condition, the duality of man or whatever. And most people are in between there somewhere. You can have a very decent person who sometimes gets very manipulative or wants something in almost a psychotic way. And then you can have someone who's a complete asshole, antisocial, spends most of their time alone, but they give a lot of money to charity. They don't harm anybody. They like doing their own thing. And for whatever reason, they turned out that way. I think most people want to have a job. They want to have a job where they enjoy their work. They feel fulfilled. They feel like they're a member of a community. They don't want to be working crazy hours. There's those grindset guys, 50 hours a week. Most people don't want that. They want about half that. The other half, time with family, maybe friends. Maybe if they're not into that or it overwhelms them, maybe they're into video games, something like that. But to get to the point where you're actually trafficking human beings is obviously should be frowned upon. And I think in part, these are the people who lobby governments and their desires to control people, sometimes in pedophilic ways, sometimes in sex trafficking ways, sometimes it's just about having a better yacht than the next guy. This is the hateful kind of greed that fuels growth in a capitalist society, in my opinion. I'm on the left, so I'm reading it that way. But a lot of people read it that way. It's pretty self-evident People on the right are now starting to see this as well. I don't think we should have these people on islands doing this. I don't think Puff Daddy should have a yacht where he's indoctrinating and grooming people. I don't think he should be drugging people and raping people, and these are all alleged things. It's not proven, but it's not a stretch to believe these things. There's been rumors about him doing things like this for like 30 years. The same as R. Kelly. And then R. Kelly eventually got caught. And, well, not really caught because he was already caught, but then I guess people just started caring a bit more. So, just like you can't make people want something that are homeless and they're just good with anything that they get, I don't know how you would correct people on the other side of this spectrum, or this counterbalance, or this weight, this triple beam, or whatever you'd call it. But it's clear that they're the ones that are starting conflicts in Ukraine to make money. I'm not saying that either side started the conflict. I'm saying both sides started the conflict. Both sides have people making money on it, as in every war. And these are the people that if you criticize, you mysteriously disappear. These are people who call the shots. And Puff Daddy's a gangster with like real connections. And I'm sure a lot of people making these allegations over the years disappeared. I'm sure they did. Epstein, probably even worse. There's conspiracy theories that he was with the Mossad, the intelligence agency of Israel, and he was basically coaxing people into this, taking pictures of them with children, so he has like blackmail on politicians. I could see that being likely. So anyways, I would rather support the homeless than these people. And I see a lot of people punching down, a lot of people going, haha, I can afford to eat out. I have a lease on a boat. These homeless people are garbage. And then they're kind of living in this dream where they maybe subconsciously, maybe they're not into kids, but they want to have that Epstein, that Jeff Bezos super yacht type thing where they have complete power. They can just get their ass kissed all day. And that's in everyone. That's in me too, but not with the kids. But then I guess what I'm kind of saying is you get addicted to this. I saw some guy on the internet yesterday, monkey torture is apparently a new thing that they caught people doing, sticking small monkeys in blenders and stuff. Once you go down that rabbit hole of just accumulating wealth, I'm not sure if it gets that way to everybody, but there's got to be something wrong with you if you want to just hold hundreds of millions or hundreds of billions of dollars over everyone's head and just have them come to you. It's a very extreme example of narcissism. It's obviously psychopathy, but it's a narcissism on steroids, just left off the leash, just unhinged to do what it wants. And our society promotes that for growth instead of frowning upon it. And voices of dissent are silenced. And then you end up having people like the Puff Daddy or the Epstein, which is kind of known within rich groups. Like you've seen the Weinstein, like Tarantino said, everyone knew. Puff Daddy, like I said earlier, pretty much everyone knew for 30 years. R. Kelly, everyone knew. Epstein, I'm sure all the people around him knew. I know Robert Kennedy Jr. said the first time he met with him, he knew he was a creepy guy and didn't want to be around him. So these are like open secrets that people are doing this. They're getting all their money funneled through the Cayman Islands. They're living somewhere, 5 passports. They're going around diddling people. They're blackmailing people. They're probably suing people over all kinds of stuff, making money off of lawsuits and blackmail. And that's the upper end of our society. That's the high end. That's the goalpost. So I think we need a different goalpost. Anyways, peace.